Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's everybody's favorite princess here. Now, I wanted to cover the last 2 weeks of music in this video since I didn't make it on time for the schedule of the previous week. Sorry about that. I just can't go on YouTube ever because I just get super distracted every single time I go on there. And yeah, that's basically all that happened. And my one day off that I had for work that was on a day that I usually don't have off. So I just slept all day, not even meaning to. But anyway, I am going to be covering the last 2 weeks of music, and I'm going to be talking about my favorites and least favorites of both of those weeks. The first week I'm going to start with is the week of August 8th through August 15th. Oh, yeah, and I also wanted to mention I'm probably not going to have the album cover pictures up on the corner like I did with my first one once again. And that's because I want to get this video out by Monday because that's usually the end date that I try shooting for if I can't get it out on Sunday. So in order to succeed that, I'm just going to ignore editing that in, and hope you guys understand. Yeah, but yeah, I have a little over a half an hour until Monday's done, so I'm just gonna try flying through this really quick. Oh yeah, and I also wanted to briefly touch on all of them as well, instead of going in depth with them, because the last video that I made of this ended up being an hour and 10 minutes, so I just want to take a nice break from that and have a good breath and just briefly talk about all of these songs this week. Next week I should go more in depth with them, but for this week I just briefly wanted to talk about all of my feelings on all of these songs. But anyway, the first song that I want to talk about is Jid's new song with Kenny Mason called Dance Now. This is the second single from Jid's upcoming album called The Forever Story. The first single off of that project was Surround Sound, uh, featuring 21 Savage and Baby Tate. And that song is just straight fire. Surround Sound, that song's straight fire. There's dope verses on there from both Jid and 21 Savage. Uh, the one thing I didn't like about it though was that Baby Tate's verse is too short, and she's only like on the bridge, so I don't really like that. Baby Tate is a really good rapper, and I feel like she's one of the best female rappers at this moment, if I'm being honest. Megan Thee Stallion is good too, but she just will throw a lot of bars unsuspectedly, and that's what I love about her. So I feel like they should have gave her a full verse. That would have been really nice, but whatever. It's still good, and she still did her own thing, and it was all right. And I also the other thing I like about this song is I also like that interesting beat switch up that happens in the third verse. That was another thing that I wanted to point out that I like about this song. The and then to talk about the song Dance Now, that song is just straight fire. It's just a straight fire song. Jid does a nice interpolation of like a nice Jamaican flow, which I really like. He does that in the second verse. He doesn't do it throughout the whole song. He just does it in the second verse. But I really like that. And Kenny follows the track with a nice catchy hook. I don't think they gave him a verse if I remember correctly, but he is on the cook. Sorry, I mean he is on the hook, and I think the hook on this song is pretty good too. So I really like that. Then one song that I wanted to touch on now briefly was Bella Poarch's new song she did with Grimes. This one ain't a single like I usually do. She just has a song that features Grimes on her new EP, And I just wanted to touch on this because I've planned on covering all of Grimes' songs throughout the weeks. And then, of course, I want to do her albums later on, but I'll just do songs that she's featured on throughout until her new album comes out or until I talk about one of her previous albums. But yeah, so Grimes is on this album, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care for this one. This song sounds like every other Bella Poarch song, and Bella uses too much of the same voice that she uses in all of her songs, so I feel like her songs are just getting more and more just feel like there's no point of listening to them. And this really makes me feel disappointed in Grimes, if I'm being honest, because Grimes, usually when she features on something, it's gonna be a good song and she's gonna make it sound a lot better. And yeah, Grimes didn't really do that on here. She didn't really do much on this song in general, so that's disappointing. And I also feel like her featuring on this song just shows that she's starting to sell out a bit, which is really sad. And especially since Grimes is like one of my favorite artists. She recently has become one of my like all-time favorite artists. Once when I heard her in 2020, she instantly became one of my all-time favorite artists. And yeah, just since she started the role of stuff for her new album, she's just been getting worse and worse, I feel like, which is sad because I feel like her first singles weren't as good as her other stuff. I feel like all of her singles for her upcoming project that we have heard so far are still quite alright, if though, but like her all of her other songs are way better. Plus, in order for me to have felt that all those songs were still pretty great, I had to listen to them a numerous amount of times, so they have grown on me quite a bit. They just aren't as good as the others, so it just makes me quite nervous for what her next album is going to sound like, if I'm being honest, especially now that she just did a Bella Poarch feature. And I mean, yeah, I could see her liking Bella Poarch as like a person, but I don't see how she would like her enough to feature on one of her songs. So this feels really out of place for her, so I don't really like that. And yeah, just basically since Grimes started the role for her new album, I feel like she's just been getting worse and worse, like I said. Like, I thought Shimagami Eye was pretty good, but still, it wasn't that great, and I felt like that with all of her other songs. And, the one that I'm excited for right now really seems only to be Welcome to the Opera, and that's only because I've seen videos of it being played live, and it sounds really good in that setting. And where I watched it in videos, it sounds really good there, so I am still really excited to hear that song, but that's the only thing that I'm excited for from Grimes now. I have really lost all hopes in Grimes at this moment. But sounds like that song will be good when it comes out, so I am still excited for that one, I'll say. Then the next songs that I wanted to touch on were Alicia Keys's new songs on her Keys 2, the deluxe tracks. On here, her first one is Stay, which features Lucky Daye. And it starts off sounding like one of her originals. If you listen to one of her, or if you listen to her first Keys album, it is divided in half. So the first section is all originals, which are like really stripped back songs, and then the second half is the unlocked half, which is like all of the really heavy production type of songs. And yeah, this one started off sounding like one of her originals, with that stripped back piano that is pretty common in the um, original section of that album. And Keys, and then all of a sudden Keys just jumps straight to, or I mean, Alicia Keys just jumps straight to synths. Uh, right after those keys come in, really shortly after. And then Lucky Daye also hops on there with his unique vocals. Uh, then later on, it adapts to these nice trippy like vocal effects. And then all of a sudden, it just then slows down until it sounds like straight like the beginning. So this song is really quite in a unique trip. It just like goes all over the place, but it sounds great the whole entire way through. And yeah, I really love this song. And yeah, it is great. That's yeah, the song is great. The song's great. That's all I have to say about that. And then after that one, it's just a dope remix by her. And then it's Trillions, which features Brent, uh, faiyaz, faiyaz. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm sorry. And that song's pretty good. That's definitely my favorite of this week, actually. Even though it's just like a slowed down version to Billions, with a feature, a featured verse with Brent, whatever his last name is on there. And yeah, just a remix to that song basically. And then the next one that I wanted to talk about was Nicki Minaj's Super Freaky Girl song. And the song has an interesting twist on Super Freak by Rick James. And I really like that. I really like how she twisted that into like her own thing and her own sound. I think it's a really nice flip of a really classic song. And this song also has tons of dope bars on it. And I just love the intricate flows on here. Like her flows on here are like so unique and cool. I really like this song. I think this is one of her best songs in a while, if I'm being honest. Then the next song I wanted to touch on was Pinkpantheress's new song with Sam Gallantry, if that's how you pronounce it right. Sorry. This song is called "Picture in My Mind," and I think Pinkpantheress is great on this song. Like always, she sounds great on all of the songs that she's on. And Sam's singing is alright on here as well. The lyrics are nice and straight to the point. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about that song. It's a pretty good song. I like that song as well. Then the next one that I wanted to talk about was Daine's Boy Thoughts. And this song is a nice, more hyper pop sounding um production. It has a nice, more hyper pop sounding production on it with this nice bouncy beat to go with it. And it's a lot more vulgar in the lyrics than usual or on a Daine song. But I mean, I think you could suspect that with a song titled Boy Thoughts. Like, what do you suspect? But man, my nose is really itchy and it's driving me crazy. I'm so sorry. And then the next song that I wanted to talk about was Tyga's new song featuring Jhene, Aiko, and Pop Smoke called Sunshine. Sorry, I don't know if I lisp or not. Yeah, Sunshine. Yeah, this song has a nice mellow beat, and that is just simple but sweet. So I really like that. It has amazing vocals from Jhene on here, and it has a good verse from Tyga, and also a good verse from Pop Smoke, which I really like because there aren't a lot of Pop Smoke songs that I like, so that's really good. I do like Pop Smoke's uh, verse on this song, so I'm glad that it turned out pretty good. Then the next song that I wanted to talk about was Ari Lennox Hoodie song, and I think Ari sings amazingly on this, and this one has a nice lower sounding beat on it, and yeah, I really like that, and I really like this song. Yeah, yeah, Ari sings amazingly on this song, or Ari, I don't know how to pronounce her name right. But yeah, she sings amazingly on this song, so it's definitely probably one of her best songs vocally. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that one. Then the next one that I wanted to talk about was Kelora's new song called I Don't Know Why. This song is a nice mellow song with that has some smoothened vocals on it, and then it has a nice trippy production with a basic acoustic guitar that's placed in the background. So I really like the production on there, especially that part of it, and then it also has a nice electronic guitar in the middle of it that I quite like. And then I also really like the interesting robotic sounds that they put on throughout the song. I think that was a nice unique touch to the song. And yeah, I really like that. Then the next one that I wanted to talk about was YG's new song called Toxic. And this song, it has a nice melodic sound to it with a great sample of Mary J. Blige's Be Happy song inserted into the song. So I really like that. I think it they did really good on sampling her song and making it sound really unique and still like an original piece to this song. So I really like that, and I think YG's flow and style on this track I think are really great. So I do like that, and this one is also one of my favorites of the week for sure. And then the next one that I wanted to talk about was Stick Figure's new song called "Edge of the Ocean." Um, and yeah, this looks like a fifth single for one of their upcoming albums, which I'm pretty sure is happening. The others being Showdown with Cali Buds, which has a nice dreamy type of production on it with some amazing dubs, so I really like that. And then the other one that they did before that was The Way of Life with Stick Figure, which has a unique new standout sound to it that's very different than anything else they have done. So I really like that. And then the other one that they did before that was Sun is Shining, which also has an amazing production on there. So I really like that one as well. And then the last one that they did, or the first one they did for that rollout was Paradise, which is also has an amazing sound and production on there too. It's yeah, that song's real production is really amazing. It sounds really good, especially in the production. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was Finn Falcon's new song with benee called Light, like the light bulb. And yeah, this song has a nice mellow beat with a cool classical instrumentation going on in the background. So I really like that element of the song. And then I think benee did good on this song, as you would suspect, and Falcon did good on the song as well. And Falcon seems to be like a brand new artist, though. I couldn't find anything on him. When I looked him up, it seemed like this was his first song, so I have no idea who he is. And but I mean, that's cool if he is a completely brand new artist. And yeah, if you know anything about him, like let me know in the comment section below, cuz I'd be really interested into diving a little bit more on him. Then the next song I wanted to talk about was DaBaby's new song called Waitress. This is DaBaby's first song in a while that, or at least that wasn't on his collab album he did with somebody else. I forgot who he did it with, but I know he did that recently. But this is his first solo song in a while, I would say, and this song actually is pretty fire. But it does have this hella whack line on it called "I ain't too rich," or it says, "I ain't too rich to eat leftovers. Just told my BM to heat up a plate of spaghetti." That is the line. That is the bar on the song. That's really the only bad line, but it just stuck out to me, and I was just like, wow, that's terrible. But yeah, that's the only bad thing about the song, I would say. So that's pretty good if you ask me, if that's the only bad thing about it. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was Jessie Reyez's new song called Mutual Friend. This is from this is her second single from her upcoming album called Jessie. The first single was Fraud, and Fraud has this like banging beat with amazing dope lyrics on it, so I definitely really like that song. And then Mutual Friend also has nice deep lyrics on it and amazing singing on it as well, like always, like you'd suspect with the Jessie Reyez song. So yeah, I think both of those songs are pretty great. And then the next one that I wanted to talk about was Hush Kingpin's new song called Problems, or Cocaine and Milane. Sorry, I'm really sleepy right now. That's why I'm not on it right away. Yeah, but this is the Conway the Machine remix to that song. And it also features many Megs on it, as well as I think they just did something with the production, though. I think I only heard Conway throughout this whole song. But yeah, this song has a nice laid back beat on it and has some great verses from everybody on it that I could hear. So yeah, I really like that. Then the next thing, or the next song I wanted to cover, was Danger Mouse's new song that features A$AP Rocky and Run the Jewels. Um, I seriously forgot to write down the name of the song. Hold on, let me look it up. I just remembered its name right now. It's called Strangers, or something like that. I don't feel like doing the dive right now. Uh, but yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of Run the Jewels. I think they're pretty great. So I like how they did a song with A$AP Rocky. I think A$AP Rocky is a pretty good artist too. And yeah, I think that this song overall was just a dope song, and I think we got a nice dope verse from A$AP Rocky, and I think we also got a dope verse from Danger Mouse and a dope verse from Run the Jewels as well. So I think all of them did pretty good. They all did pretty good on their verses, so I like that. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was Rikantti's new song that features Dizzy Wright in King Crooked called uh oh, in Currency, my bad. And Demrick. Gee, how did I miss all of these? Oh, I freaking forgot to write down the name of this song as well. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, it's called 10 Speed. And yeah, this one has a nice mellow beat on it, and also has some good verses on it from everybody. Everybody has a good verse on this song, and it's also one of my favorites of the week as well. I just think the song is really great, and it's definitely amongst my favorites as well. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was Token's new song called A Prayer. This one is a sad song, but it sounds really awful. I know it's a really deep, personal sad song, but it just sounds awful. Like, Token hasn't been doing that good lately. I'm sorry, Token. I think you're a good artist. If you're watching this, Token, I think you're a good artist, but you just haven't been doing good lately. And I hope Token's future stuff uh for this year or whatever his next upcoming thing is, I hope it sounds better, because everything he's been rolling out lately has been sounding awful. But I do really like Token, though. I think he is a really good rapper when he's on the right song. So, yeah, I'm sorry, I just don't like this song. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was Cordae's new song called Unacceptable. This song is great. It has some great deep lyrics that are really personal on it. And yeah, that song just overall is great. That's all I have to say about that one. And then the next one I wanted to talk about was B.o.b's new song featuring Tech 9 called N Word Now. Sorry, I can't say that. And yeah, this song just has a fire beat, has a fire verse from B.o.b and Tech 9 on it. And or I mean, no, my bad. It has a fire verse from B.o.b. Tech 9's verse, however, I feel is pretty mediocre though, sadly. It does have this one whack line in it though, that's in the chorus that says, "She called me shovel the way I dig her out." That is terrible. I'm sorry, B.o.b. You have quite a bit of fire songs, but that line is just terrible. You could have changed that and made it sound a lot better, or you could have just got rid of that line in general. The next one I wanted to talk about was Jhene Vibes or Jhene Vibe, her new song called Love Quotes, which has a nice smoothing beat on it with some amazing singing on it as well. That is also amongst my favorite of this week as well. I know I said I have four of those, but we there were quite a bit of good songs for that week, so I'll say that. Then the last one for this week that I wanted to talk about was your favorite Martian's new song called F This Job. And yeah, this song is great, I would say. The only problem with the song is Puff Puff's vocals aren't really on key, but I don't think you suspect that on a your favorite Martian song, because Puff Puff's vocals have never really been amazing. Like, it's just a comedy group. You can't really suspect much of that, but I do think they could have done a little bit better. But it's not too bad. I just felt like it just wasn't on key, and they could have done a little bit better. Um, but the production on this song is really great, so I do like that. It starts with a really like early 2010s sounding electronic beat. So I really like that. I thought that was really interesting. Then from there, it jumps to this like nice melodic hook that's really dope, and then it just goes straight to an electronic dubstep sounding song. So I really like all the ways they like switched them into each other and interpreted it all into one amazing good uh, flowing song. Like they all flew into each other really nice, so it doesn't sound out of place for a second. Then now to talk about the week of August 15th to August 21st. The first song I have on this list is Johnny Orlando's new song with benee called Fun Out of It. This song has an amazing production to it, has a really cool industrial sound to it that I really like. I really like that part of it. And like always, benee sounds. benee. benee sounds really great on this song, like always, like everything else she's on. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was Macklemore's new song that features Winsher called Maniac. This is the second single off of his upcoming album that's coming out sometime soon that he hasn't announced a name to yet. But yeah, I really like this one as well. I think it's a pretty alright song. It has this nice retro sound to it and also has some nice deep lyrics on it that's quite interesting. And overall, this is just a fun song. It's just a fun song. That's really the main thing about it. It's just a nice fun takeaway song. So I really like that. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was Stan Walker's new song that features JoJo from that's from Stan Walker's new album. But I'm a pretty big fan of JoJo, so I wanted to discuss this song because I will listen to any song that JoJo features on, and I probably will talk about all of them from this point on. And the song's called Remember Us. And yeah, this is a very power vocals type of song. JoJo comes in with a very pop style sound of like her voice and for a little bit of the beginning has this very like pop style sound to it, and then from there it just goes straight to power vocals from both of them. And yeah, JoJo sounds really great on this song. That's all I have to say about that one. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was Colt's new Trails remix, which is a B-side to their host album. And I just think this is a great remix, so that's all I wanted to discuss about that. Then the next one that I wanted to talk about was Soccer Mommy's new song called, or they did a new song that is a remix to their song Shotgun with Magdalena Bay. It is the Shotgun Magdalena Bay remix. This is a dope remix, and it sounds very similar to Magdalena Bay's sound, which I really like that because um, everything they do is just really great, and it also has a really dope electronic twist to the song as well that I really like, and it also has a really cool atmospheric ending with this production that just keeps building and building and building all the way until the end. So I really like that. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was 88 Risen's new song with Millie that features Jackson Wang called Mind Games. This one has really high, amazing sound and production on it, so I really like that. That it sounds really amazing in the production in this, and it has this really high production with many dope drops in it, so I really like that. And it has some amazing vocals from both Jackson and Millie, so I really like their vocals as well. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was Mara Marsha's new remix to Blessin' Me with Kali Uchis. Yeah, this is just the same as song as the original, but with some of the verse cut off and just with the Kali Uchi's verse added to it. But I do think Kali Uchis does pretty good on the song. She does pretty good over the beat and the overall sound of this song. So I think she did really good with that. She interpreted it into a nice way and made it sound quite like her own spin on it. So I really like that. And the beat on here just is like really laid back. So I didn't think she had to do much on it to make it sound good, but she did it in a nice way to make it sound quite good. So I do really like that. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was Red Hot Chili Peppers' new song called Tip of My Tongue. This one has, the lead singer's average, usual voice that he does on a lot of his songs that he's famous for. So I do like that. I like when the Red Hot Chili Peppers have that style in their song. I think that's what makes a lot of their music really good. Is the main lead vocalist of the band doing that type of sound. I think that's what makes a lot of their music good. So I do like how that's back on to the song. However, the lyrics on this song are really weird, so I don't like that. The beat on it is good though, and the overall melody is good. So the beat and melody are both pretty great, but I feel like the lyrics are just way too weird, so I don't really like the song. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that song. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was Durruff's Music's new song called Preach, which features Yo Gotti and 2 Chainz. And this song is hard as heck. And yeah, the song has dope verses from all of the artists, and it's just a really great, hard song, and also one of my favorites for this week. Have I said that with any of these songs yet? Oh no, I haven't. Yeah, that one's definitely one of my favorites for this week, I'd say. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was Lukas Graham's new song that features Khalid called Wish You Were Here. And yeah, this song has dope production on it with great vocals from both Lukas and Khalid. And Khalid has this like interesting country sound on the song, and I really like that because it's something different that I don't recall we have got from Khalid before. Maybe we have, but I don't remember ever hearing him sounding like this. But I do like that new like twist he just thrown into a song. I'm not sure if I would call it a twist, but I'm just really tired right now and I want to get this over. But yeah, I do like how Khalid brought that to the song. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was Flo Rida's new song that features Tom Martin, which just seems like a producer. I'm not familiar with his work, sorry. And this song is called What a Night. This song has a dope dance beat on it that I think is really dope sounding. Uh, and yeah, Flow Riders flows pretty good over the dance beat, and yeah, I think it's pretty good. Both the beat and Flow Riders um approach to the song I think are really great. Then the next one I wanted to talk about was Kenny Mason's new song, which features David the Tragic called Dip. And this one has a nice, interesting lo fi beat on it. And I think both artists rap pretty good over the beat. I think both of them approached it pretty good. And I quite like the chorus on this song too. The chorus is quite nice. Doesn't stand out quite a bit because it is of course a like low five sounding type of song with just a rap over it. So it's nothing that really stands out, but I think the chorus is pretty nice on this song, and I think it's pretty good for what the song is. So I'll say that about it. And yeah, it's a pretty decent song. I like the song. Then the last song that I wanted to talk about was sorry, Demrick's Demrick's new song featuring Be Real and Nito Pina, and who just seems like a Spanish rapper. Um, and the song's called The Sandbox. This is a pretty dope song. I think Demrick has some great bars in his verse. I think he has quite a bit of great bars in his verse, and I think Be Real's verse is pretty dope as well. And Nito's verse also sounds pretty good. And even though he is a Spanish singer and I can't understand a word he's saying in the song, I feel like he did attack this song really well, and I feel like he did pretty good for that. And I feel like if I knew what he was saying, I feel like he probably said some pretty hard stuff that I would have liked had I of been able to know the language. And it sounds like he went pretty hard on the song, regardless of the language and me being able to understand it. But it sounds like that. And yeah, those are all the songs, and those are all the ones that I wanted to talk about for the last couple of weeks. So that's all I have to say. So I'll see you guys next week for the next weekly review. So until then, bye.